Good evening. This is Guardian of Ultima, coming to you with another video for our UOscams. The only place to go when you are looking for a shard. This is going to be a good one. This is the reaction video for the last 3 videos that I put out. UO Unchained, UO Evolution, which was the Outlands Extortion Again links between Evolution and Expo as an admin GM, and then there was Lost Lands. So those 3 admins reacted for all 3, so we're gonna go through all 3 tonight, and we're gonna start with Lost Lands. But before I go through the Lost Lands reaction, I just want to post. I want to show you this post from the UOscams subreddit. I'll pause here for a second so that you can pause and you can read this if you'd like to. This is just basically a post that says, "Is the shard private or professional?" And it sounds like they're trying to kind of equate this idea that, sometimes the GMs use the defense that they're just unpaid volunteers and it's a free shard, and then at the same point in time, it's also looks like a casino basically. The way that it's ran and the way that it's all set up. So go ahead and respond to that if you'd like to. Next up, this will be, I just wanted to say, so Lost Lands, they went ahead and they removed the problem moderator. And they did it right away. So right away, I went onto the post on our UOscams. It's pinned. It's basically the naughty list. For shards, it kind of goes through what each shard has kind of done. And in the future, I'm going to have video links for everything that's up there right now. Some of the videos are done and just aren't linked yet. And now that the reaction's out, it's kind of time to get those links up, right? So next up is the links for that. But Lost Lands, this has been removed now. That was removed yesterday. So that's gone. We had, I also took down, or I put this up on the YouTube in the description for the video for Lost Lands. It now says, "Note, the administrators acted swiftly and responsibly by revoking the moderator's permissions shortly after this video was posted. We commend their dedication to maintaining a fair and enjoyable gaming environment for all players. Thank you to the admins for their quick and effective response. You act quick, I act quick." That's how it works. So that went up right away on the video description. Again, Lost Lands is off of this list. I would really recommend Lost Lands. That was the only thing it was the only blemish that they had really on the whole shard. I love a good T2A classic shard, and the rules are really set up, like I said before. It looks like they're set up by actual veterans, so it seems like everything is as advertised. So thank you very much. Okay, next up here, let's go through. Happy Gilmore actually from that situation responded on the YouTube as well on the Lost Lands video here. Lol, not sure who you are, but you were spot on with most of that. Only correction is Beavis. Excuse me. Beavis is only a Discord mod, not game staff. I am Happy Gilmore in that, and I was temporary banned from game and Discord after that Discord conversation. Okay. I mainly play UO Second Age now. Fair enough. I love Second Age, actually. I had a lot of fun on that server. I'll go through that on another video sometime, maybe. But we had a lot of fun, and, I guess it's still around, so you might want to check that out, too. Also, Lost Lands. At this point, I would say it's worth checking out as well. And here we go. This is a good segue for the next thing that we're going to be going through. It's a comment on the YouTube. It says, "It's funny that you, Guardian, don't see a dichotomy between the overarching server rules and specific rules regarding events. Yeah, you could walk around naked IRL, but certain establishments have a code of conduct. This video is clearly meant to damage the reputation of a good T2A server. Okay, not really, right? But I get where you're coming from. I just, I like to see clearly established rules. If you really think about it, at the end of the day, somebody just makes up a rule for an event. Maybe sometimes all the events that come out have these set special rules that change the rule set so much that you've really changed the whole game at this point, right? So I like to find a healthy balance here. I mean, I'm not just completely black and white on everything, but I don't like to see special rules. If you just would enforce the rules that are written on the rules page on the website, it's golden. The shard is golden, right? You want to have special rules. I'm not really all for that, right? I really think that special rules equals complaint based. And I'm not down for that. You should really try to avoid it. That's my advice. If you don't want to end up on the naughty list, consider just following the rules that you set, right? Okay. And so now on to evolution, and this is why it's a good segue here. It starts with the REM. This is on the post that was posted by Rudebex on our Ultima Online about what basically happened with the castle deletion. In that same thread 10 days ago, at the time I took this screenshot, it was a few days ago, but it's a typical UO free server. The funny part is the server owners will come on talking about how they need to constantly fight toxic people and players. However, I have yet to find a server fail due to toxic players. But I know almost every server that failed was due to poor management from the admins and their actions. And that's spot on right there. It's pretty funny actually but they have a good army of bootlickers that will defend them in the hopes they will get a nice blaze orange cloak for defending them, right? UO evolution. Okay, so this is the UO evolution response. Note that it comes 9 days later. That's because we already know who these guys are, right? I went to their Discord and gave them the opportunity to discuss this, and they just were deleting every single little thing I wrote. It was terrible. Like, that's the worst, information warfare, basically, right? It's not looking good for evolution. This is kind of, I wish that everything was just as professional as with Lost Lands, right? It says, he says, UO Evolution is not a typical server. It has been online 13 years, and we have added custom content every Friday, right? They add a lot of, I don't know what they mean by custom content here, but they add a lot of donation content. They do that a lot. They do it monthly, and there's a lot more going on as well. From what I've heard, at least, we have full-time paid professional adults that run this shard with a good, friendly community. Well, why didn't you just why were you deleting things and being unfriendly and banning and not talking 10 days ago, I would ask. We do remove toxic players and create a very nice environment for all player types. All right. Yeah, so Rem's spot on with that. You can check that out. What else do we got? Oh yeah, here's the big denial. Those are fake screenshots from the housing gum before the house is placed. He was trying to scam staff during the IDOC event. He did not have enough gold to place a castle, and was a new account. The staff made the correct decision to remove this player. I think they really just, I think what they're trying to say is that they did delete the castle, and he's a scammer. I'm not exactly sure what what he's trying to say here. The staff made the correct decision to remove this player because he's trying to say he did not have enough gold, but we know that he had enough gold. Like, let's just take a look here. I have a bunch of screenshots here. This was posted by Rutabax, I believe. These are new screenshots that were posted on that Ultima Online thread. You know, we already had seen the screenshot of the 20 castles worth of loot in a quick sale. That was just how much money he could have got for selling all the power scrolls and stuff that could have been sold really quickly because there was high demand for them, right? The mill items per, you know, the castles are 800k each. We did the math already on this, so we know he could have afforded it. Here's yet more loot now, as Rutabex is going to pass this loot off to somebody who asked for it. Tears for Lubricant, aka Laura and Sela, 69. I don't suppose you checked on if you indeed caught the ban. If you still wanted to hug me up, that is. It looks like that was on September 3rd. At least that's what's in the screenshot here. So yeah, probably that's from Rutabax right there. Screenshot of all the loot right here. Hurry up. Like, and then it looks like it's a few hours later. He says, sorry, kids had me doing stuff. Had to make breakfast and all that, you know. Hope I didn't upset you or something, right? No, don't worry about it. Want to try again? Sorry you fucked up. Zoe doesn't want you having those items. He's banned already. And then he's got the screenshot there of what it looks like when you're banned. So, I think I said it in another video. GMs don't like it when players get these big wins. That was on this topic as well. GMs who are like this, they're really donation driven. They want to have the monthly rewards. They don't like it when players have items for free, right? So, and they don't want then players who are about to get banned anyways. It's better for the server. It's better for the donations going into the server, which don't seem like they really need to be going into. They're not going into the server. They could be going into a crypto gambling operation for all I know. I don't think they're going into the server because there's apparently the admins have some money. We're going to go through that. I had a GM, former GM, reach out to me from Evolution. Reach out to me, wants to stay anonymous. I have some screenshots here. And they'll definitely stay anonymous. This is super sketchy what's going on here, but so you can take a look at these screenshots from Rutabex. So that's gone. There's another one here. This is all the loot, right? And I have a lot of respect for a player that organizes their interface like this. This is really nicely done. I'm really like this too. And when you don't have to worry about organization because it's already all organized, then you can really focus on your player versus player. So if you're having a tough time with the PvP, organize out. But take a look at this box right here. This is the box. You can tell it was just hastily all the most valuable stuff on all this guy's characters and in all their banks, just the easiest, most looks like there might even be unique items in there. Maybe I have a hard time. I couldn't tell you that, but some of this stuff looks like it might be high value. Like that looks like a talisman. And anyways, you know that's not an organized box. That's a box of loot that's ready to go to another player. A GM is going to see that, and the ban comes within I think 2.5 at least or 3 hours there. So didn't have enough for a castle. I'm not sure that's looking very true. Let's take a look at the conversation that I have with the GM here. All right. So this was our reporter, Ashley Doss, came to me and said, "Oh look, somebody has responded to me. Take a look." I took over the keyboard here for this conversation. Ashley Doss is one of the many reporters that we have here at UOscams that are looking into these questionable questionably hosted servers, these free servers for Ultima Online. He said, I used to be a GM here and quit due to issues, lol. You'll see lots of shady shit with Dante bullying other servers, buying out vote sites, buying Steam links, etc. Okay, Ash is saying, I haven't heard anything good about him. Doesn't seem to need the donation money though. She passes me the keys. Okay. Uh, he doesn't. This is not his source of income. Rather, more likely a way to keep Zoe, a GM, and his wife busy. This server was held together by a GM named Sayla. She handled all deco, pages, events, everything. Once she left, the server has been in a downward spiral. Zoe attempts to do stuff once in a while, like auction, but bombs that every month. So kind of bailing, right? GMs can't play the game as a player, but there is also no pay for GMs. Must give up everything. You get hounded about running events constantly, but then Dante, Zoe refuse to run any event that requires a GM to be present. I hate that. I really do. I hate that. You know, being a game master is about entertaining people. Uh, it's about entertaining, right? If an admin can't be bothered but has time to make monthly donation rewards every month, right? Yep, we have many events built by GMs in the past that just sit there, haven't been used in years. And seeing the money coming in as a GM, but the lack of concern or interest in the server is disheartening. We've been told for over a year now that they are upgrading the servers and need more money. But I personally know the big donators and how much they're receiving. It doesn't add up, right? So thank you very much for reaching out to me on that. I appreciate that. It's a good confirmation of what I pretty much suspect has been going on with this evolution server. We like to call these ones casino servers. And in fact, I'll throw a link in the description that's from Expo himself about the casino in the game. All right. And it looks like it uses a lot of the free downloadable content, you know, casino, slot machines, and everything's in there. So you can take a look at that. That'll be in there. Thanks very much, Ashley, for that. That was really well done. So here we have another. This is another evolution response right here. So Rudebex, I will address this rant since you are spamming all this garbage daily. FYI, you were trying to scam GM Zoe during the house drop event, and were caught. You were trying to claim you had a castle that was dropped. This was not true. It was an illegal location, and there can never be a house in that location ever. Like, so the reason that there can't be a house there is just that there can't be one there ever, with all caps, right? And that's why it's illegal, right? So that's how it's defined as illegal. It's GM's just decided, it looks like. And we know this already. You argued with Zoe and were rude to her. Dante then got involved and warned you to stop. Zoe simply told you you could not build a castle in the location and suggested you. It looks like this could be a Freudian slip right here. In the location you placed, right? And then he deleted the place but left the you, maybe. Could be a Freudian slip, at least. That's my take right there. And suggested you look for a new location or donate for Waterhouse, right? So they've got Waterhouse donations. God, it probably costs $1,000 or something. You then sent a fake screenshot, hosting a shard with as many players as Rudebeck says. There's actually 30 to 40 there. That's what it seems like for activity. And activity is a great way to know if these numbers are real. If it feels like 30 to 40, it probably is, right? You then sent fake screenshot with no house sign. I went over this in the video about this evolution, the Outlands extortion again. that those screenshots were just him trying to prove that it's a valid location and that a player could place there. That's what it looked like to me, at least. The other one in the back of the house where he's standing, the castle is so big, but the client won't load the house sign if you're standing in the back of a castle. I've owned lots of castles. If you're standing on that back edge, the sign disappears, and you can see how it all looks in the screenshot. I'll put that in the description as well. It says, um, if you are offended with the suggestion of a donation, go elsewhere. I mean, if you're not, this is what I'm saying. If the mods are being unprofessional and bullies, and they're just sweeping stuff under the rug instead of addressing it and stuff like that, are you gonna just be like, what? How are you gonna react to the suggestion of a donation? Right? You shouldn't be suggesting donations to players and acting like a bully. You're just walking around with your chest puffed out, being a bully, and then bringing up donations. It puts somebody in an awkward position that's playing for free. They don't have the money. You know, that money's going to their, child support or anything, right? It could be anything. Groceries or you name it, right? Um, Hydro bills. Today with inflation and everything like that, this is a high pressure sales situation that free to play shard, if you're advertising as free to play, it should never happen. It should just never happen. It shouldn't happen if you place a castle and then the GMs delete it. That's ridiculous. Like, maybe they saw this all coming and they just wanted to get on top of it by making him donate more or something. It's all character assassination to manipulative tactics. You are clearly wrong, a liar, and very rude. You got caught scamming. Caught? How did he get caught? In the conversation with Zoe, Zoe doesn't even address the fact that he's saying the castle is deleted, and just says, "Would you like to buy a castle?" It's nobody wants to play your shard if you do that, and a lot of this, I just want to say, is mockery, right? Mocking the idea that this UO evolution shard could ever be involved with, a wrongdoing, right? Gentle Bender syndrome or something from Futurama. um, it's all mocking, right? Mocking, not addressing. That's not going to get you anywhere with our UOscams, fella. So you might want to check yourself there. And it gets worse. And that's what we're going to go through next. We have more mockery. Now this is the Unchained. We're on Unchained here now. No Adam here, just all his code, right? This is the links. If you remember, if you watched the Unchained video, there were links between Unchained and Redemption. And Redemption turned out to be some kind of crypto scheme or something. The person was talking about, I really want to target UO players in the Discord channels of other servers. How do I get that shit? How do I get my hands on that shit? I think is the quote. So, you have links to that. Basically, it's not when I'm saying the code, right? I'm telling you, right? This is Sate Mac, and Mac, thanks very much for this. Passed me the keyboard, and he basically said, this is Seifer reacting now to the video. And so I took over and I said, yeah, I knew it was Adam from UOscams. And I knew that, right? Let's take a look here. He's also saying, admin is a UOF, Adam is a UOF admin. We have this IDDQ. What a moron, just being rude, right? Getting away with these personal attacks. They're blatant. It's low effort. Bully looking little avatar here. This greasy troll thing going on. And super active in the channel, by the way. We label these types of people attack dogs. We think that they might work for another server, a certain other server. And they kind of control the admins. They try to control moderators. to do their bidding by just banning this person, so they can't share the video about the server that they actually work for or whatever. Cheesy mustache with the cursor here, if you can see that. But um, he he says right away, this is interesting. He knows Adam is a UOF admin right away, just as soon as he sees the video. He knows that obscure abstract fact about Redemption, which was a very small server that ran for a very short time and just kind of died out because the admin abandoned it and the channel and didn't delete the channel. That's how I had those screenshots, right? And then at the bottom he's saying, lol, or Outlands? I don't know, right? Yeah, you do know, and that's very interesting. It's very interesting because instead of addressing this, you're also just mocking it, right? What did we say about mockery before? But yeah, Adam, go back to coding because this predator's like saying, oh, I'm Adam. You know, they're all saying, oh, I'm Adam now, right? Mocking it, and the the admin here is front running that by mocking the whole sentiment that he could possibly be related to this Redemption server that his wikis says Redemption all over. His website says Redemption all over it. You know, why are you using a the wiki for Redemption if the code isn't Redemption code? Or is it? Or he's just saying it's serve UO, right? That's his response. But it's still, that doesn't address the fact that you've got these links to Redemption. So address the fact that you have those links instead of just being like, it's all so crazy. Go code some damn pineapples. College for my kid isn't paid yet. He wants to crypto gamble or something, right? Right? And here's the attack dog, right? Okay. Remember with Lost Lands, they reacted. It was a good reaction. They did the right thing, and then in turn, I did the right thing, right? I'm not going to do anything for Unchained with this, and then just let this guy continually attack. It was me with the Sate Mac after he passed me the keyboard. I'm just sitting here, just being attacked by this IDGQ slash Adam. You see now with the slash Adam. It's not cool, right? We're not talking about things that are like rocket science or anything. You know, when you're abusing somebody like this and not getting banned, that's not professional. If you're trying to look professional, you're not going to look professional. So long as people are looking at UOscams, the only place to go when you are looking for a shard. Right on. Stay tuned because in the next upcoming week, I've got 2, I think, or maybe 3 shards that I'm going to be going through. And yeah, and then after that, I've got, I think, 2 more videos lined up. So lots coming. Lots. There's no shortage of supply right now because there's nobody holding themselves accountable, and there's been nothing holding anybody accountable, right? But I do appreciate Lost Lands. You really got to check that out. Like, I'm going to probably make a character. If you don't like what I'm doing here with our UOscams, come and meet me in the game. You know, show me your skills, right? That's what I want to see. It always seems to be the skilled players. That's my point, right? that have these issues, you know? When this person, all they did, Happy Gilmore, they were using low strength characters to give murder counts, just some careless purple potion tossers, right? Whoop-de-doo. He's strategizing, and that's really part of the Felucca gameplay. That's the point, right? The player versus player, you have to strategize. You're trying to outthink another human being, so you can't really say it crosses the line, because it doesn't, right? It doesn't matter what your rules say. If you just add an arbitrary, subjective, rule about, quote, griefing, right? And you want to define that any way you want, you really have impunity. Show me that you're holding yourself accountable. That's what's really going to be good for Ultima Online moving forward. Accountability, right? And it ultimately is up to server owners to hold themselves accountable. They have to do it because nobody can do it for them. It's a piece of software. on somebody's, piece of software, right? On somebody's piece of hardware, you know what I mean? Somebody owns it. It comes down to one person can own that. It's only one person can own it. So they have to hold themselves accountable. And if they're not, you're going to find about it here. You're going to find out about it here on UOscams. So stay tuned, subscribe, and check out those links in the description. Thank you very much.